later on if we get him for an interview or similar, but for now, the clocks have begun. The first move is on the board, c4 on board number 1 here, Judith. Over to you and David to take a look at what happens in our openings.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what kind of opening we're going to be witnessing, but it seems like Sindarov is very well prepared in this event. But what do you think, David? What is the strength of Sindarov in this event? Because I was also following his games, and I'm very curious about your take on that.
Yeah, I think it's partly about what all of his strengths are, but partly the fact he showed zero weakness. Like, the openings have been very strong. He showed that especially against Fabiano and Hikaru. Very well prepared. He's got great nerves, very confident. I think he scares players by how quickly he's playing, so great time management. And just the fact he never seems to blunder, Judith. Like, maybe some small inaccuracies here and there, but he doesn't give his opponents any easy chances. And maybe the only time he's been in trouble in this whole tournament so far was actually round 1 against Esipenko, just for a few moves. So this one's going to be interesting. How about you, from the sidelines? What's been the most impressive thing for you about Sindarov?
Well, actually, indeed, I completely, fully agree with you that basically the first game was the key, one of the key moments, right? Because there, in the early middle game, it was quite interesting, and probably Sindarov could be unhappy at some point. At the same time, what I see with him is that he does not mind at all the different structure changes. He's just so adapting to different structures, different situations, and I fully agree with you on the time management. I mean, I say that I think that's what he does here with his time is just exemplary. Of course, he makes mistakes. Sometimes he makes too quick moves. At the same time, he always has time. I mean, sometimes seems to be too much. He could give some to other players in the meantime. But we see this Catalan, not a classical Catalan at all, right? Because the bishop on d6 kind of interestingly standing.
Yeah, it's transposed. It started as the English opening and has gone to the Catalan, like you say, Judith. And this is quite a trendy idea, but normally they start by putting a pawn on h6 before bringing the black knight out to c6. Yeah, it always makes an odd impression to my eyes because I'm so used to the black bishop being a bit safer. On e7, it's as if black's saying, okay, push forward, please, gain space. But then the center would become a bit more locked. And yeah, interesting. Esipenko may be surprised, but I think we'll learn a lot in the next few moves. Sindarov, I just have to praise his opening preparation, just judged on the first 7 rounds, but it will be interesting. This feels a bit provocative somehow.
Yeah, it's like really inviting. Come on, go c5. I'm going to play e5 if you don't do so, right? At the same time, c5 can be also early. e3. e3, blocking the bishop on c1.
Wow. And now my talk about h6 is total nonsense because black doesn't need to be worried about bishop g5 at all. And wow, Sindarov immediately with rook e8. That shows, Judith, that e3 might be one of the top engine moves. I think the idea just to play queen to e2 to defend the c4 pawn to help maybe arrange
Accuracy 99.2 and 99.
Perfect chess. Maybe it was all prep from Sindarov, who knows? Maybe it was in those leaked files, but we left it with queen takes c7, and I loved your rook b5 move, by the way, but h5 was the choice instead. Immediately going for the light squares.
Of course, David. Your h5 comes.
h5, and he played it immediately because after queen to e5 trying to get the queens off, he can reject that offer by playing queen to d8, still defending the rook, keeping the queens on, and Esipenko, I guess because the tournament situation, maybe because of the position as well, decided not to even try, and queen c7, it repeats the moves. Judith, quite a logical conclusion, accurate game, but we wanted more. We wanted more.
But why not to play on with white, yeah? This is my question.
I guess the question is how to play on risk-free, because once the pawn gets to h4, I start to sweat a little bit.
People don't like to take risk, yeah?
It's a confidence thing. It's like we said, if Esipenko had won round 1 against Sindarov, then maybe he'd be willing to take more risk.
Okay, so what do you do if queen e5, queen d8, d5? Open up the bishop diagonal. Is it like I'm getting worse?
Rook takes?
I do, yeah? Queen c3?
c3,
h4.
The white king is quite bare.